Hi, I'm Miss Shack1, and you may have seen me in such classes as 180-degree rule, action match, shot reverse shot, and eyeline match. You may have also seen me in the 30-degree rule, the cross-cutting, the ellipsis editing, and the graphic match lessons. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use one of these bad boys. That's right, it's a DSLR 650. So what exactly is a DSLR? Well, I tell you, my friends, it's a type of camera that Thomas Telescope provide for media students, photography and art and design and art in order to take amazing pictures and amazing videos. But we don't really need to know that much about pictures, but we do need to know about videos. And how are we going to learn it? From this video. Run VT!
So how do we turn the video on? Well, if we go over to the top and move the toggle up to what looks like a video symbol, that's how we turn it on. To start recording, look for a symbol that looks like a little camera. Press it once to start recording where you'll see a red dot, and press it again to stop recording. Before we begin recording though, we must check we're in the right codec. To check the right codec, press the menu button. It's usually in the third option, okay? And you want 25 frames per second. By pressing set, you can change which one you want, but you want 25 frames per second and press set again. This is because this is the UK codec, so 25 frames per second it is. But sometimes I want to shoot in manual and sometimes I want to shoot in auto. To change between auto and manual, if you move the camera around to the front, you'll see an AF and an MF. You can switch between what you want, auto function or manual function. If you're not happy with the light, you can change the white balance to suit the area that you're filming in. Make sure that you're on the filming mode, okay, by pressing the camera button and moving the toggle wheel to M at the top to make sure that you're back on manual. Then, to change the white balance, make sure your video mode is ready to go, and then press the up button where it says WB on it. You then can get all sorts of options, but on the left hand side there will be white balance. You can choose all different types of white balance that the camera already does for you, or you can manually change it yourself. Personally, I'd use one of the custom ones that the camera uses itself. And there you have it, white balancing. But what if I don't want the stress of manual white balancing? Is there an auto version? Well, yes there is, my friends. If you turn the camera to the top and look at the toggle button again, if you move it to the green square with a little A in it, then it will automatically put all your settings onto auto mode, i.e. your white balance. Depth of field is the relationship between what's nearest to the camera and what's furthest away, and which of those is in focus, which you can zoom in and out on. It's a nice technique and creates a professional effect. In order to change the depth of field, you need to change the focus of the camera, which is right at the front on the DSLR, and you would see something quite like this. Simply manually changing the brightness and contrast of the DSLR settings is a little bit more complicated than you think. The ISO changes and the aperture changes have a big effect on the way that you can film. Just like in photography, if the aperture is small, that is, the amount of light travelling through the body of the camera is small, the larger the depth of field is. So in other words, you can get more sophisticated depth of field shots if your aperture is smaller. ISO is also sensitive light. The higher the ISO number, the more grainier the picture will be. So you really need to get the balance between the two right before you start filming. To change the aperture, press AV and then use the toggle to choose which setting you want. To change the ISO, click on the ISO button and then scroll through to select which one you want and press set when you're done. Of course, if you don't want to use any of these manual settings, you can just do the cheater's way and go back up to the toggle wheel at the top of the camera and change the settings from manual to automatic, the green logo again.